Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 39 of Trade Talk Pippin Ain't Easy. Connor, how are we?
Scotty, I'm well, man. Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well, and guys, we've got a special treat here. We've got the shared screen option. We've finally worked that out. Connor's got the updated version of Skype, so thank you, Connor, for figuring that out.
You are welcome.
And I think risk disclaimer. I should have like a big thing in front of me at my desk, like do the risk disclaimer, because I forget sometimes. Anyway, so guys, we've got the charts open. We're talking about trading here. Obviously, both Connor and I are still using a simulated account, just a demo account. So if you are thinking about trading, currencies and things like that, please don't take this as some sort of, alerts video. We're not telling you to do anything. We're just showing you what we do and discussing, general market movements. So if you're looking to learn to trade, seek professional advice, from, a forum such as Naked Forex Now or, a similar forum. Typically the ones that are free are going to be pretty crazy. So just be aware of that and just look out for scams, like our old friend Karen Perry, Connor. She's still going too, isn't she?
No, I think she's legit. I actually think that she made $100 million in 4 hours or whatever she claimed.
And you can retire on an island. And,
yeah, $30,000 a day or whatever she makes. I actually believe she does that. And she's just a model. She's an all-round great person. She'd only be about 22.
Everyone is just great on Twitter and, but in all seriousness, be cautious, guys. If something sounds too good to be true, don't give them your money like that, because you probably won't ever see it again. And the same for binary.
To her fairness, though, she does have a state-of-the-art bot that can predict the market before the market predicts itself. That is a quote-unquote Karen Perry. So I believe that. That is a 100% factual thing that can happen.
I wish we could get it, but she hasn't answered any of your questions. Didn't you ask a few questions about it, and she just...
Oh, yeah. I asked her how she sleeps at night.
Anyway, guys, all right, back to it. So I've got the Aussie dollar up here now. So I've discussed this for a little while now. I got in here on the 4-hour chart. We've got a big shadow type looking candle, and it broke down, not badly, but then it hit some support. Down at the low 75 cent, low 75, 3 to 2, and it's jumped back up. And now, look, it's $24 a drawdown, so it's about, I've actually got 1.5% on this, so it's $70 is the stop loss.
How many pips are you?
It's about 176 pips, so it's retraced about 45 or so. So it's not too bad. It's about a quarter to it. So I guess what I want to tell you guys is, as you can see, if you make a trade and you're a trend trader, especially strictly really what I do still currently is trend trading, you got to be a little mindful that these things will happen, especially on the Aussie dollar, because the Aussie dollar is it's quite stubborn. As you can see, you can get into really long periods. Well, not long, but on the daily, it just can hold a range quite effectively. So... Oh, and I see, guys, we've got a treat here for everyone as well. We've Connor's working in the background here. But so that's probably the Aussie dollar, guys. There's not a lot to talk about. And you could say, oh, Scott, your stop loss is really wide. You're going to just tighten that up and, close things out early. No, I won't be doing that. I'll be letting it pan out. And I think, Connor, we can go to your Euro Swissy next, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I just stopped sharing the screen. So, yeah, go to you've got it up?
I do now. Yes, I've got the daily
chart. I didn't even know I was sharing the screen. Apologies.
No, you're on the other monitor. So that was okay. Oh. Yeah, that was sweet. So
you saw the glamour. You saw the glamour herself.
I did. All right. So we've got this trade.
Euro Swissy.
You're in a little bit of drawdown. How close is it to the stop loss?
Okay. So hang on. I might actually use our new option, and I'll just I'll just show where I got in, things like that, if you don't mind. So, look, I got in on, Scotty, on the bend, so you know how I take it, the bend trade. So if I show you here, I got in like when it came down, boom, and then took off. So you can imagine I got in off this big shadow.
Yep.
I had my pending order there. It took off, boom, went there. My stop loss was quite deep, and it was just below here. And so it went bang, so it went all through there. Nearly got stopped out here. And now it's just sort of see, but you can see it's hovering around, respecting this. I mean, you've got, all these little bits of support and resistance going on here. Broke through then, which I think that would have stopped a few people out there. So I'm hoping that it's still respected and it might go up. It has to go up soon. Otherwise, I think if it wasn't and it just went like this, I went back down and then went back up, I might even just drop the trade if it was to go sideways for a bit longer.
Yeah.
But it would have to probably hit around here 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Really, for me, really think about getting out because this doesn't scare me too much. This sort of thing, I'm just hoping that it goes back up. As you can see, it sort of I mean, on the weekly, it's doing quite well, and like we were talking about before, on the monthly, you can see like this was the Franco getting.
Yeah.
Starts to get above here. There's nothing to stop. There's nothing to stop anything. There's no support and resistance basically until there, which is a fair way.
Oh, that's right. It still looks like it's got more upside potential. Like that could be a double top. It just bounces off that level quite easily. So, it's not a bad trade there. Now, whilst we've got the screen sharing going on, you have another trade. It was the USD, or was it a Euro trade again? It was
Well, I got in this one. This one was a disaster.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this one.
This was my disaster. So as you could see with the box, it broke up here. You could see the resistance up here.
Yep.
It broke through, so I was like, beauty, I'll take it, and I'll put my stop loss below the box. And then within 2 days or 3 days, boom, it was stopped out, and that was a hefty retrace.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it's really because normally it stops a little bit once it gets into the middle of the block, but it's just like 2 massive candles. It's just very No, that's good. Well, guys, I think you just have to learn from these things and then move on to the next trade, and that's what you've done, Connor. You were in. Are you still in another one, or was that close out?
So this is the Hungarian forint.
Hungarian, yes, yep.
So this one's I would say it's a bit of a gamble, Scotty. I do a lot of back testing, but I feel like I need to be in the markets, of course, as well.
Yep.
And I saw, as you can see, this was really supporting. Although, in retrospect, the box up here, it wasn't hitting. That was there. There's a lot of there's a lot of support down here, and then when it broke through this high here, I got in.
Yeah.
And it took off.
It did,
and then just and now it's just going sideways. There's a belt here.
Yeah.
So I mean, my stop loss is down here, so it has to go through a fair bit of stuff. I'm hoping it just keeps going up. We'll see what happens. With that one, that's all I've really got to say. This will be interesting because I don't normally haven't traded a lot of in my back testing. A lot of the boxes this wide. You know what I mean? Normally my boxes are sort of cut off about there.
Yeah.
I thought this was a clean breakout here.
It does. It looks okay, and it's the candle there. It's quite unique. So I don't know what to take out of that, but something's definitely happening that's different from previous.
And in retrospect, I guess the whole trend is going upwards. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is. That trend line's valid, and I think even if it comes down
that was just a really slack trend line I drew there. But you know what I mean? There is some sort of trend going upwards.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll go up.
That's right.
I don't know.
What else is there to talk about? The Euro Turkish lira. Have we talked about that? We haven't talked about that.
Well, yeah. Did we talk? No, we haven't talked about that. That was.
We were going to do that next, but after but there's a lot going on for us this week. Now, I just brought up the daily chart, and I mean, for any trend traders, they'd be like, wow, that's it's pretty significant. So we bring up the 4-hour, and I have been talking about this, and Connor and I have been talking about this. I think we might have even mentioned it last week in Trade Talk, and it's Yeah. The problem is though, is that it's been trending up, pretty heavily for some time. Like it just keeps bouncing on top of that 55-day moving average I've got here as well, and it just continues on. And also the spread is, it's actually nearly 50 pips right now.
There's something about it. Just show them what it looks like on the monthly.
Yeah,
can you?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Oh wow, what the hell? Well, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm not
it looks like Bitcoin.
If a viewer can comment on this and let us know what is going on with the Turkish lira, because we obviously don't talk fundamentals. If you have watched the program before, so it is like Bitcoin, isn't it? Like wow.
Yeah, that's what like almost like the Bitcoin chart looks like.
Let's actually see what Bitcoin's doing right now. I can get the chart up quickly, just for the viewers' sake.
Yeah, maybe a chart comparison, because people go on about the big, but I think the Turkish lira. I mean, the Turkish lira is bombing, isn't it?
It is. It's.
People are buying euros, selling Turkish lira. For those who don't know how it works. So, yeah, they're. I don't know.
Bring up the monthly. The monthly might actually be better on. I don't know. Does it go to monthly? It goes to weekly on Bitcoin Wisdom, but it pretty much is like.
Yeah, weekly you'd get a fair idea of what's going on. Weekly normally shows a few, 10 years worth or something like
Bitcoin
that.
Bitcoin actually has more retracements. Like they have some bigger retracements. So if we're talking increase in. Not full percentage, obviously, but I mean, it's quite an interesting little. No one really talks about the Euro Turkish lira. So, obviously, if you are thinking about trading it, guys, the spread is massive. So, you've got to be wary of that. So, we're not really suggesting you just dive into this trade because it's quite volatile with how quickly it widens out as well. So, but anyway, Connor, I think that's it. That's 12 minutes. Anything else you want to add to the episode?
No, Scotty, I think we've hit the nail on the head.
It's been good tonight. We've had a lot to talk about. Guys, look, if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments section or, add us on Twitter. Trade Talk Pippin is the handle. And thanks for watching. Connor, thanks for joining us again.
No worries, Scotty. Talk to you later.
Bye for now. See you guys.